The sky above the planet Ardina 7 was painted in shades of violet and gold, the result of its twin suns setting together. The winds of the highlands whispered across the abandoned stone ruins, carrying with them a hum, soft, almost unnoticed at first. But to Dr. Leora Vance, the hum was impossible to ignore. She had spent decades studying alien artifacts, deciphering technologies older than most civilizations in the galaxy. Yet this relic was different. It was not just old. It was alive in a way that no human had ever seen. Leora carefully walked across the cracked stone floor of the ancient temple. Her boots echoed in the empty space as her eyes scanned the walls. Strange carvings depicted star maps and creatures that defied earthly imagination. And at the center of the temple, resting upon a pedestal worn by centuries of time, was the relic itself, a metallic sphere, no bigger than a human head, etched with glowing lines that pulsed faintly with energy. She had seen it years ago, in archives and holographic projections, but nothing compared to standing before it in person. The sphere hummed softly as if it remembered something long forgotten. Leora leaned closer, her gloved fingers hovering inches from its surface. "It's awake," she whispered to herself. Her voice was barely audible, yet the hum responded, rising slightly in pitch. The Colony Council had dismissed her warnings. "It's just an old machine," they said. Nothing more. But Leora knew better. Machines this ancient did not simply awaken on their own. Something had triggered it, and she intended to find out what. Her assistant, a young engineer named Rin Talos, approached, holding a scanner. "The readings are off the charts," he said, eyes wide with awe. "It's active somehow, but I don't know why." Leora nodded, her mind racing. "It's responding to something. Life, perhaps. Or energy from our emotions. That's my guess. But we need more data." Outside, the winds grew stronger and the hum traveled across the planet. The settlers nearby began to notice it too, though most dismissed it as an odd weather phenomenon. Ships in orbit reported minor navigation issues, tiny shifts in trajectory that engineers couldn't explain. It was as if the relic's hum was reaching out, touching the very fabric of the galaxy itself. Leora's team set up a temporary lab near the temple. They connected sensors and began recording every fluctuation in the relic's energy. But every time a person approached it, the hum grew louder, vibrating through the bones and minds of those nearby. Even Rin, who was usually fearless, flinched when he stepped too close. "This thing," Rin said slowly, staring at the readings. "It's not just technology. It's like it's alive. I can feel it. Almost like it's thinking." Leora nodded. "That's exactly what I mean. And I think it's reacting to us." She paused, watching the sphere pulse in rhythm with their heartbeats, or so it seemed. "We need to understand it. We need to communicate with it. If it's judging civilizations, then humanity is the one being judged." Night fell, and the twin moons of Ardina 7 rose, casting silver light across the temple. The hum now filled the air, resonating with the bones of the planet itself. Leora sat cross-legged on the floor, eyes closed, listening. Slowly, patterns began to emerge, a rhythm, almost like a language. Each pulse seemed deliberate, each vibration purposeful. She jotted notes furiously. "It's sending signals," she whispered. "We just have to understand them." Meanwhile, in the colony city far below the highlands, rumors began to spread. Children whispered about a singing machine, and merchants told stories of travelers who claimed the stars themselves shook when the relic hummed. Fear and excitement grew hand in hand. Some settlers fled to neighboring planets, convinced that the relic's awakening was an omen. Others prepared, eager to witness humanity's first step into a larger destiny. Leora's work drew attention from beyond Ardina 7. Hollow messages from the Galactic Council reached her lab, requesting her to halt experiments until a formal team could arrive. But she refused. "We cannot wait," she argued in her messages. "The relic is active. Every moment we delay, we risk missing its message, or worse, losing control of it." Rin looked uneasy. "And if it's dangerous?" he asked. "What if we're wrong about its intentions?" Leora smiled faintly. "Then we'll learn quickly. But we won't know anything by standing back. Humanity's courage has always been measured in action, not hesitation." The next morning, the hum reached a new intensity. Birds in the highlands fled, sensing the vibrations. Rocks shifted subtly on the cliffs, and even the atmosphere seemed to shimmer. Leora approached the relic with steady steps, her team behind her. As she placed her hands on the sphere, a wave of energy surged through her. Her vision blurred, and for a moment she saw stars she had never studied, galaxies spinning in patterns that seemed impossible. A voice echoed, not in words, but in understanding. Leora knew without thinking that the relic could sense her. It recognized curiosity, intelligence, and courage. It tested them silently, nudging them toward understanding. She pulled back slightly, breathless. "It's alive," she said, "or something like life, and it wants something from us." Over the following days, Leora's team experimented cautiously. They noticed that the hum changed with emotion. When someone acted out of fear, the vibration stuttered. When they worked together calmly and confidently, the resonance grew stronger. It was clear now that the relic was evaluating them, not just as scientists or engineers, but as humans. Word of their discovery spread, and soon alien species monitoring the sector began to respond. Observation drones appeared in the sky above Ardina 7, silent but watchful. Leora knew that what they were dealing with was bigger than just one planet or one species. Humanity was on trial in a way for all the galaxy to see. One evening, as Leora reviewed the latest data, the relic pulsed violently and a projection appeared above it, a holographic map of the galaxy. Star systems lit up, many unfamiliar. Some seemed abandoned, others teeming with life. A path faintly glowing traced a route between the stars, as if guiding them to something. Leora gasped. "It's giving us a map. A map to something important. Something meant for humanity." Rin stared at her in disbelief. "Do you think it wants us to explore it? To follow the map?" Leora nodded slowly. "It's a test. A challenge. The galaxy has been waiting to see if we're ready, and now we have to prove that humanity is worthy of what lies beyond our world." That night, Leora stood alone outside the temple, watching the twin moons reflect on the metallic surface of the relic. The hum was softer now, almost like a lullaby, but she could feel its presence everywhere, in the wind, in the mountains, in the very stars above. She smiled, a mix of excitement and determination. Humanity had always faced challenges, from barren planets to hostile environments. But this was different. This was the galaxy itself, acknowledging their existence and daring them to rise. And Dr. Leora Vance, with her unyielding curiosity and courage, knew that humanity would not fail. The hum was not a warning, it was a call, and they were ready to answer. The relic pulsed once more, a deep, resonant vibration that echoed across Ardina 7. The planet trembled slightly, sending ripples through the highlands. Somewhere far beyond, stars flickered in response. The galaxy was listening, and humanity had taken its first bold step into a larger destiny. As the night deepened, Leora whispered to the relic, "We are ready. Show us what comes next." And for the first time in centuries, the relic hummed in full, powerful resonance, an invitation, a challenge, and a promise all at once. The day after the relic's full resonance, Ardina 7 awoke to a new reality. The twin suns rose together, painting the sky in brilliant oranges and pinks, but the usual hum that had drifted gently through the highlands was now sharper, clearer, almost like a voice calling out across the stars. Dr. Leora Vance and her team had spent the night analyzing the data from the relic's pulse, and their findings were both astonishing and frightening. Rin Talos, rubbing his eyes from little sleep, spoke first. "Leora, it's not just sending out energy, it's communicating." Leora didn't respond immediately. She was staring at the holographic map that had appeared the night before. The stars on the map weren't just lights, they were markers, some blinking faintly as if alive. One particular cluster seemed to respond directly to the relic's hum, resonating in patterns that matched the vibrations they had been studying. "Look at this," Leora said, pointing to the flickering stars. "It's trying to guide us. It's showing us something we're meant to find." The room fell silent. Every member of the team could feel the weight of the moment. For centuries, humanity had explored only small corners of space. They had sent probes, built colonies, and encountered alien species. But this was something entirely different. This was a map to secrets long hidden, possibly older than humanity itself. Rin swallowed hard. "Do you think it wants us to follow it?" Leora nodded slowly. "Yes, but we must proceed carefully. Whatever lies at the end of this path, it won't be easy, and it won't be safe." The team spent hours devising a plan. Their first step would be to analyze the map. understand the paths between the star systems, and ensure their ships could safely traverse the route. While the Relic pulsed gently in the background, reacting to their movements and emotions, Leora felt an unmistakable sense of urgency. They were not alone in the galaxy. Others were already watching. Outside the temple, observation drones appeared silently in the sky. Unlike any human or known alien design, they hovered like dark, reflective eyes scanning the planet and the Relic. Humanity's first real contact with other civilizations had often been tense, but these drones carried a quiet menace. Leora knew that their discovery would not remain secret for long. "Galactic Council?" Rin asked, staring at the drones. "Not likely," Leora replied. "These designs are far older. They don't match anything in the Council's database. Whatever is out there, it knows about the Relic." As the team prepared their first expedition to follow the star map, the Relic hummed louder than ever. Each pulse seemed synchronized with their heartbeats, pushing them forward, testing their courage. The more confident and united they were, the stronger the resonance became. Leora realized that the Relic's purpose was clear. It was evaluating not only humanity's intelligence, but also their cooperation and bravery. The journey to the first star system indicated on the map would take weeks, even with the colony's fastest ships. Leora and Rin oversaw the modifications needed for long-distance travel, enhancing shields and communication arrays, and installing new engines designed to maintain stable trajectories through unpredictable space. The team worked tirelessly, motivated by a sense of destiny that none had ever experienced before. Finally, the day came to depart. Leora stood at the base of the temple, watching the Relic pulse one final time before the ships lifted off. Its hum vibrated through the ground, almost like a farewell or perhaps a warning. She whispered softly, "We are ready." The fleet lifted into the violet sky, engines roaring, leaving the highlands behind. As they entered orbit, the Relic's pulses seemed to echo in their ships, a guiding force that led them away from the planet and toward the unknown. In the depths of space, the first star system on the map revealed itself. From afar it appeared serene, bright blue suns and sparkling planets. But as they approached, anomalies began to appear. Unusual energy fluctuations surrounded one of the planets, making navigation difficult. Sensors picked up faint signals, almost musical in nature, matching the Relic's frequency. Rin frowned. "It's reacting to the Relic, but why? And who or what is sending these signals?" Leora studied the readings. "The Relic has marked this place for us. It's a test or maybe a message. We need to land and investigate carefully." The team descended to the planet's surface, finding a landscape both familiar and alien. Towering crystalline structures jutted from the ground, glowing softly as the sun's light passed through them. Strange plants moved subtly, responding to their presence almost as if the planet itself was alive. And at the center of this crystalline field stood another object, a smaller Relic echoing the hum of the original. Leora's heart raced. "It's like a network. The Relics are connected. Each one holds part of a larger secret. We need to understand it to continue." As they approached, the hum intensified, resonating in harmony with their own emotions. Fear, courage, and determination blended together, amplifying the signal. Suddenly, a holographic image appeared above the new Relic, a projection of a star system far beyond their current location. Leora recognized the pattern. It was another map, another step in the Relic's puzzle. "This isn't just a Relic," she said softly. "It's a guide, a teacher, and a judge all at once. Humanity is being shown the path and tested along it." While the team studied the projection, the first of the alien drones appeared, hovering silently above the crystalline structures. Its reflective surface shimmered with colors unfamiliar to human eyes. Leora knew that these beings had monitored humanity for a long time, but until now they had remained hidden. One of the drones emitted a pulse, and the hum from the Relic responded immediately, resonating even louder. Leora understood that their presence was not an attack but a challenge, an invitation to prove that humans could meet the expectations set by the Relic. She turned to her team. "We must continue. Stay focused, stay united. The Relics are testing us, and whatever waits at the end, we'll face it together." The day passed with meticulous study of the Relic and its surroundings. The holographic star map revealed multiple new routes, some safe and stable, others fraught with energy anomalies that could tear ships apart. Leora realized that the relic was pushing humanity to think creatively, to solve problems, and to work as one. Every decision they made, every calculated risk, contributed to the overall resonance, strengthening their connection to the relic and the larger network of ancient knowledge. Night fell on the alien planet, and the team gathered near the largest crystalline tower. The hum of the relic filled the air, now so strong it seemed to vibrate in their very bones. Leora felt a sense of calm determination wash over her. "We've passed the first step," she said. "The galaxy has noticed us. We are no longer just humans on a small planet. We are explorers, students, and perhaps guardians of a much larger secret." Rin nodded, though he still looked nervous. "And the drones. Do you think they will continue to follow us?" "They will watch," Leora replied. "But not necessarily to harm. They are part of the test, too. Every being that observes us contributes to the challenge. We must remain strong, united, and fearless. That is how we succeed." As they prepared to leave, Leora placed her hand on the new relic once more. The hum surged, almost like approval, guiding them to the coordinates for the next system on the map. She could feel the pull of destiny, the sense that humanity was being drawn into a larger story, one that spanned centuries and galaxies. The ships lifted off, leaving the crystalline planet behind, its structures glowing softly in the light of the distant sun. The relic's hum followed them not as a threat but as a companion, encouraging them onward. Humanity had taken its second bold step into a galaxy filled with mysteries, dangers, and wonders beyond imagination. Leora looked out of the ship's viewport, staring at the stars stretching endlessly ahead. She whispered, "We are ready. Whatever lies beyond, we will face it together, and we will prove humanity is worthy." The hum echoed through space, faint at first, then growing stronger, as if the relic network itself recognized their determination. Somewhere far across the galaxy, other civilizations felt the vibrations. The test had begun, and humanity's courage and unity would be watched, judged, and remembered, and for the first time, Dr. Leora Vance understood that the relic was not just a machine of the past, it was a promise for the future. A future that humanity had the power to shape with intelligence, bravery, and heart. The fleet of human ships traveled deeper into space, following the path indicated by the relic's mysterious map. Each star system they passed was different from the last, some familiar, some strange and uncharted. The relic's hum continued to guide them, pulsing stronger whenever the crew worked together or made decisions with courage and wisdom. Dr. Leora Vance stood on the bridge of the lead ship, watching the stars glide by, her mind racing with possibilities. "Look at this," Rin Talos said, pointing at the holographic star map. "Another system up ahead. But this one, it's surrounded by an energy field. Our scanners can barely penetrate it." Leora frowned. "That's not a coincidence. The relic wouldn't lead us here if it weren't part of the test. We need to find a way through it." The human engineers worked tirelessly to modify the ship's shields and sensors. Using principles inspired by the relic's vibrations, they created a harmonic resonance field that could temporarily stabilize the energy surrounding the system. It was dangerous. One mistake and the ships could be shredded, but their determination and teamwork made the attempt possible. As they entered the field, every ship vibrated in harmony with the relic's hum. The stars beyond the energy barrier seemed to shimmer and shift, as if recognizing the arrival of humans who were both daring and intelligent. Leora felt a sense of awe. Humanity had faced countless challenges before, from harsh planetary conditions to complex alien diplomacy. But nothing like this. This was a test on a cosmic scale, and they were proving themselves capable. Inside the system, the fleet discovered a planet covered in dense forests and towering mountains. The energy readings from the relic intensified as they descended toward the surface. Leora's team noticed strange ruins scattered across the landscape, ancient structures that seemed to resonate with the same harmonic patterns as the relic network. "This is incredible," said Rin. "The relic's influence is everywhere. It's like it's shaping the planet itself to respond to us." Leora nodded. "We must tread carefully. Every move we make could either strengthen our connection to the relic or disrupt it." The team landed near one of the largest ruins, a massive pyramid-like structure carved from dark stone. The air vibrated with the relic's hum, and the crew could feel it resonating in their bones. Leora approached the structure cautiously. "These ruins, they're designed to amplify the energy. It's a test of observation and intelligence as much as courage. As they explored, holographic symbols appeared in the air, forming patterns that resembled the Relic's network. Leora realized that the planet itself was another part of the Relic's puzzle. Solving its mysteries required insight, cooperation, and a deep understanding of how to work as a team. Suddenly, sensors detected movement in the sky. A fleet of alien ships appeared, sleek and dark, their designs unfamiliar but clearly advanced. Leora recognized the pattern. They were the same drones that had observed humanity on Ardina 7. The aliens did not attack but hovered silently, watching the humans as they explored the ruins. "They're testing us," Leora said quietly. "The relic isn't just guiding us, it's showing other civilizations that we exist and that we are capable. We must act wisely. Every decision matters." The humans decided to send a small team to investigate the central chamber of the pyramid. Leora, Rin, and 2 other crew members entered cautiously. Inside, the walls were lined with glowing crystals, each one resonating in perfect harmony with the relic's hum. At the center of the chamber floated another small relic, smaller than the original but equally alive with energy. Leora stepped forward and placed her hands near the surface. The hum surged violently, filling the chamber and extending to the very atmosphere outside. She felt a wave of understanding wash over her. It was as if the relic was showing humanity what they could become, what they were capable of achieving. "Look at the map," she said to Rin, pointing to the projection that appeared above the relic. "It's showing us more routes, more star systems. And it's also showing challenges. This is not just a path of discovery. It's a path of growth. We're being taught to think, to work together, and to face danger without fear." The alien drones moved closer, observing every action. Leora felt their scrutiny but did not waver. She knew that courage was not the absence of fear. It was acting wisely in spite of it. She gestured to Rin. "Synchronize your instruments with the relic's hum. We need to understand its language fully." The team worked as one, matching the vibrations and observing the patterns. Slowly, they decoded part of the message. The relic network was not only a guide but also a system of knowledge, designed to elevate civilizations that demonstrated intelligence, compassion, and unity. Humanity was passing the test step by step. Hours passed, and finally the central relic pulsed once more, sending a beam of light into the sky. The other alien ships reacted, moving back slightly but maintaining their presence. Leora realized that the relic was signaling both humans and watchers alike. Humanity had proven that they could act with cooperation, courage, and intelligence, earning recognition from other civilizations in the galaxy. As the team prepared to leave, the ruins seemed to respond to their presence, crystals glowing brighter and forming pathways that guided them safely back to their ships. Leora smiled. "The relic is teaching us, and the galaxy is noticing. This is what it means to be human. Not just to survive, but to rise and grow, to face challenges with wisdom and heart." The fleet departed the planet, the hum of the relic network still resonating through space. The alien drones continued to follow, not as enemies but as observers marking humanity's progress. Leora knew that this journey was far from over. Each new system, each new relic would bring more tests, more lessons, and more opportunities to demonstrate what humanity was capable of achieving. In the quiet moments aboard the lead ship, Leora reflected on everything they had experienced. The relics were more than ancient machines. They were gateways, teachers, and judges pushing humanity towards something greater. She realized that the true challenge was not just following the map or solving puzzles, but embodying the values that the relics were testing. Courage, intelligence, and unity. Rin approached, a thoughtful expression on his face. "Do you think we're ready for the next system?" Leora nodded firmly. "We have no choice. Every step we take is part of the journey. Humanity is being watched, tested, and taught, and we will rise to the challenge, because that is who we are." As the fleet navigated toward the next star system, the hum of the relic pulsed through the ships, a steady reminder that they were part of something far larger than themselves. Across the galaxy, stars seemed to respond, flickering faintly in rhythm with the vibrations. The challenge ahead would be difficult, but humanity's courage, ingenuity, and unity would guide them. And Dr. Leora Vance knew one truth above all. This was only the beginning. The relics were not just tests, they were invitations. invitations to explore, to learn, and to prove that humanity could stand among the stars, not as a simple species, but as a civilization capable of greatness. The galaxy had begun to notice, and humanity was ready to answer. The fleet entered the fourth star system indicated by the Relic's map, and immediately the difference was clear. Unlike the previous systems, this one was turbulent. Storms of energy surged across the planets, twisting space in unpredictable ways. Sensors went haywire, and even the most advanced shields flickered under the strain. Dr. Leora Vance tightened her grip on the console, her mind racing. "This is unlike anything we've encountered," she said. "The Relic led us here for a reason. This is a test of endurance, intelligence, and courage." Rin Talos, seated beside her, adjusted the harmonic resonance generator they had installed on the ships. "The energy storms are responding to the Relic's hum. If we can sync perfectly with it, we might pass through safely. If not," he left the sentence unfinished, but the meaning was clear. One wrong move and they could be lost. The fleet moved cautiously, each ship vibrating in perfect rhythm with the Relic's resonance. The larger storms twisted and surged, but the human crews worked as one, synchronizing their ships and adjusting shields in unison. It was the ultimate test of coordination, and each success strengthened their connection to the Relic. After several hours of tense navigation, the ships approached a massive planet, larger than any they had encountered before. Its surface was covered in jagged mountains and deep canyons, and massive, swirling energy fields extended high into the atmosphere. The relics on the ships pulsed violently, signaling that the answers they sought were somewhere on this world. Leora addressed the fleet through the communication system. "We're about to land. Stay alert. Every decision matters. The Relic has brought us here because it knows we can succeed if we work together." The descent was treacherous. Energy storms licked the sides of the ships, creating bright flashes and shaking the hulls. The humans adjusted their shields and engines, following the Relic's pulsing guidance. The tension in the fleet was palpable, but Leora could feel a growing sense of confidence. They were rising to the challenge. Finally, the lead ship touched down on a plateau near the planet's equator. The wind howled, carrying strange electrical currents that made the hair on the crew's arms stand up. As the hatch opened, the hum of the Relics intensified, vibrating through the ground and into the bones of every human present. The team stepped out carefully. Before them stretched a landscape of shimmering crystal towers and floating platforms, all interconnected by streams of energy. The Relic's hum resonated with the structures, as if the planet itself were alive and waiting to test them further. "Stay close," Leora instructed. "We don't know what's waiting for us, but we must remain calm and focused." As they explored the crystalline terrain, they encountered their first challenge, a massive energy barrier stretched across a canyon, its waves of power threatening to throw them off balance. Rin studied it carefully. "It's unstable," he said, "but if we time our steps with the Relic's pulses, we might be able to cross safely." The team took a deep breath and moved together, stepping in perfect harmony with the hum. Each pulse lifted them forward, guiding them across the barrier. When they reached the other side, the hum grew stronger, a clear sign that the Relic approved of their teamwork. Deeper into the plateau, they discovered the central chamber, a vast open space filled with rotating crystal prisms. At the heart of the chamber floated another Relic, larger than any they had seen before. Its hum was overwhelming, vibrating in every direction, filling the air with a sense of urgency and purpose. Leora stepped forward cautiously. "This is it," she said. "The final test of this system. We must understand it completely." The team worked together, analyzing the prisms and synchronizing their instruments with the Relic's pulses. Slowly, patterns emerged. The prisms acted as amplifiers, spreading the Relic's energy across the chamber. By aligning the prisms in perfect harmony with the Relic's hum, the humans could stabilize the energy fields and reveal the final map projection. It was not easy. The energy waves shifted unpredictably, and one wrong move could collapse the entire system. But the team remained calm, communicating clearly and supporting each other. Step by step, they aligned the prisms, following the Relic's guidance and trusting in their training and judgment. Finally, the energy stabilized. A holographic projection appeared above the central Relic, revealing an even larger map of the galaxy. It showed dozens of new star systems, many filled with unknown civilizations and resources. At the center of the map was a glowing point of energy, an object of immense power, connected to all the relics they had discovered so far. Leora's eyes widened. This is the core of the Relic network. Everything we've been doing has been leading to this. Humanity is being shown the way to something extraordinary, something we have to earn. Rin glanced at her. And the other civilizations watching us? They've seen all of this. We've proven we can work together, face danger, and think creatively. They must recognize our potential. The alien drones hovered nearby, silent but observant. Leora knew that their presence was a reminder that the galaxy was watching, judging, and learning from humanity's actions. Every step they had taken, every challenge they had faced, had been a demonstration of intelligence, courage, and unity. Suddenly, the central relic pulsed with unprecedented force, sending a wave of energy across the plateau. The humans felt it in their bones, a vibration that connected them not only to the relic but to each other. It was as if the relic was teaching them that strength came not from individual skill, but from cooperation and trust. The team instinctively joined hands, allowing the energy to flow through them in perfect harmony. The hum reached a crescendo, filling the sky and echoing across the planet. Light erupted from the relic, illuminating the floating platforms and crystal towers. In that moment, Leora understood the true purpose of the Relic network. It was a measure of civilization's heart, mind, and unity. The energy wave subsided, leaving the humans standing together, exhausted but triumphant. The projection above the relic shifted, highlighting a new route on the galactic map, one that led directly to the glowing point of energy at the center of the network. Leora felt a surge of determination. Humanity had passed another test, proving that they could rise to any challenge through courage, intelligence, and teamwork. As the fleet prepared to depart, Leora turned to her team. This is far from over. The galaxy has many more tests, and the final destination is still ahead. But we have shown that humanity is capable. We have learned to trust each other, to face danger without fear, and to grow stronger together. Rin smiled, exhausted but exhilarated. We've come so far already. I can't wait to see what's next, Leora nodded. We will face it together. Every challenge, every test, every relic. We will meet them all as humans, and we will prove our worth. The fleet lifted off, leaving the crystalline planet behind. The Relic network's hum continued to guide them, stronger and clearer than ever. Across the galaxy, stars seemed to respond, flickering in time with the vibrations. Leora felt a deep sense of connection, not just to the relics but to her team, to humanity, and to the universe itself. The journey ahead promised danger, mystery, and discovery. But for the first time, Leora knew with certainty that humanity was ready. The relics had tested them, and they had risen to the challenge. They had proven that courage, intelligence, and unity could shape the destiny of an entire species. And somewhere, far across the galaxy, the alien watchers recorded humanity's progress, noting each act of bravery and ingenuity. Leora knew that the story of humanity was now written across the stars, a story of growth, perseverance, and hope. The relics had hummed. The galaxy had trembled, and humanity had stood tall. As the fleet sped toward the next system, Leora whispered to the relics aboard her ship, "We are ready for whatever comes next. We will face it together, and we will continue to prove humanity is worthy." The hum echoed through space, a constant reminder that the journey was far from over, but that humanity's courage and unity had already begun to shape the galaxy's future. The fleet approached the final star system on the relic's map. Unlike the others, this system radiated a strange, almost sacred energy that stretched across the planets and stars like a living web. Sensors detected massive energy fields, some stable, others chaotic, creating a dangerous path toward the center of the system. Dr. Leora Vance stood on the bridge of the lead ship, watching the swirling lights with a mixture of awe and determination. "This is it," she said softly. "Everything we've done, every challenge, every step, has led us here. The relics have guided us to the heart of their network." Rin Talos, standing beside her, nodded. "And the alien drones? Are they still watching?" "They're everywhere," Leora replied. "But they are not hostile. They are witnesses. The galaxy itself is watching humanity's final test." The journey through the system was treacherous. Energy storms twisted space, pulling ships in unpredictable directions. Communication delays made coordination difficult, but the humans adapted. They used harmonic resonance fields, synchronized perfectly with the Relic's hum to navigate through the chaos. Every step required precision, intelligence, and trust. Hours turned into days. The crew grew weary, but their resolve did not falter. The Relic's hum pulsed steadily, guiding them forward. Each pulse seemed to whisper encouragement, a reminder that courage and unity would see them through. Leora could feel the resonance deep within her, connecting her not only to the Relic but to every human aboard the fleet. Finally, they reached the heart of the system, a massive, glowing structure floating in space unlike anything seen before. It was a colossal relic, larger than a planet, radiating energy that hummed across the stars. The ship's instruments struggled to measure its power. Leora stepped to the edge of the observation deck, feeling the vibrations in her chest. This is the central core of the Relic network, she whispered. The source of all the guidance, the maps, and the tests? Rin shivered. It's beautiful, but dangerous. One wrong move and... I know, Leora said firmly. But we've come too far to turn back now. Humanity has been tested, and we are ready. The fleet moved closer, carefully aligning with the energy flows surrounding the Relic core. Suddenly, the central Relic pulsed with overwhelming force, sending waves of energy through the ships. The vibrations were so strong that the crew felt them in every nerve. Lights flickered, alarms rang, and yet through the chaos the humans remained calm. This is the final challenge, Leora said, gripping the railing. We must synchronize with the Relic completely. It's not just about skill. It's about unity, courage, and trust. The crew worked together, adjusting shields, engines, and harmonic fields. Step by step, they matched the Relic's resonance, allowing the energy to flow through the fleet in perfect harmony. The hum grew louder, reaching a crescendo that filled the void of space itself. Above the central Relic, a massive holographic projection appeared, showing the galaxy in all its glory. Star systems, planets, and civilizations stretched across the display, and at the very center, a glowing point of energy pulsed rhythmically as if awaiting humanity's arrival. Leora understood immediately. This is the final destination. The Relic has guided us here because it believes we can succeed, but we must prove it by reaching the core and maintaining perfect harmony with its energy. The fleet approached the glowing point. Energy fields lashed out, testing their coordination and focus. Ships swayed, shields flickered, and alarms blared. Yet the humans worked as one, trusting the Relic and each other. Every pulse of the hum was matched by synchronized actions across the fleet. Step by step they advanced, never faltering. As they neared the core, the alien drones formed a circle around the fleet, observing silently. Leora felt their presence not as a threat, but as recognition. The galaxy was witnessing humanity rise to its greatest challenge yet. Finally, the lead ship reached the core. The Relic's hum resonated throughout the vessel, vibrating through every human aboard. Leora felt a connection to all life on Earth, to every human who had ever dreamed of reaching the stars. She extended her hand toward the core, and a beam of energy connected them instantly. Images and knowledge flooded her mind. Secrets of ancient civilizations, advanced technologies, and the history of the Relic network. This is beyond anything I imagined, she whispered. The Relic. It's a teacher, a guide, and a test all in one. Rin looked at her, eyes wide. We did it. We reached it. Yes, Leora replied. And we've proven something even more important. Humanity is capable of courage, intelligence, and unity. We are worthy of the knowledge and opportunities this Relic offers. The core pulsed one final time, sending waves of energy across the galaxy. Stars flickered. Civilizations felt the resonance, and for the first time, humans were recognized not just as explorers, but as a species capable of greatness. The alien drones, silent witnesses for centuries, departed, leaving humanity to continue its journey unchallenged. Back on the ships, the crew celebrated quietly. There was no loud cheering, no reckless jubilation. Instead, a deep sense of accomplishment filled every heart. They had faced the ultimate challenge, maintained harmony in chaos, and proven themselves in the eyes of the galaxy. Leora reflected on the journey, from the first hum on Ardina 7 to the trials in uncharted systems. Humanity had learned to work together, trust each other, and rise above fear. Every step had been a lesson in courage, intelligence, and unity. The central Relic, now calm, seemed almost alive, observing the humans with approval. It had tested, guided, and finally recognized them. The network of relics across the galaxy hummed faintly, a reminder that humanity's story was now part of a larger history, a history that would shape the future of countless civilizations. Rin approached Leora. Do you think this is the beginning of something new? She nodded, smiling softly. Yes, we've proven that humanity can rise to any challenge. And now, we have the knowledge, the connections, and the courage to shape the galaxy. This is only the beginning. The fleet prepared to leave the system, carrying the knowledge and experience gained from the Relic network. The hum followed them, not as a warning, but as a guide, leading them toward new discoveries and challenges. Humanity had earned its place among the stars. As they traveled, Leora looked out at the vast expanse of space. She could see distant civilizations, unknown worlds, and uncharted territories. The relics had opened the door to possibilities beyond imagination, and humanity, tested and proven, was ready to walk through it. She whispered softly, almost to herself, "We are ready. Whatever comes next, we will face it together, and we will continue to prove humanity is worthy." The hum of the relic echoed across the galaxy, a steady vibration that connected humans to the stars, to each other, and to a future filled with hope and possibility. The galaxy had trembled when the relic first awoke, but now it watched in awe as humanity stood tall, united and fearless. The journey was far from over. There would be new challenges, new mysteries, and new tests. But Dr. Leora Vance knew one truth above all. Humanity had risen to the greatest challenge of all time, proving that courage, intelligence, and unity could shape the destiny of a species. And as the fleet sailed toward the endless stars, the relic hummed once more, a gentle, approving song that promised a future of exploration, discovery, and greatness. Humanity had answered the call, and the galaxy would never forget.